It's Week 14 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Steelers' bruising running back. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Steelers and the Hawks on Sunday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go here on Sunday Night Football. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft out of USC. It's Sam Darnold.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games, and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to avoid the early 3 and out, they face 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Charbonnet. And that'll move the sticks. First down, up to the 40.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. With that, why don't we give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. Here's 2nd and 6. They send the tight end in motion. Into the hands of his tight end, Barner. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Walker. He'll take this down inside the 30. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll run the toss with Walker. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. Calvin Austin deep for the Steelers. And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
I don't care how long you've been playing or how good of a player you are, Mike. It is inevitable in the NFL that some days it just doesn't go your way, and you're going to have a bad game. The key, though, is can you prevent that one bad performance from turning into 2, and that's certainly the case here today. It's going to take a significantly better performance out of him at the quarterback position if they want to avoid another loss. A big part of that is, can he mentally bounce back from last week, put it behind him, and come out and play to his level of football?
3rd and 5. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. He's to the 25, and they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Julian Love brings him down. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's Roman Wilson. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot, looking for Wilson, and that is incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target, and it'll be 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
I don't have any real advanced analysis for this one, Mike. I mean, I think the simplest way to categorize it is this possession has been a disaster.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. Still, a lot can happen between now and the end of the season, but the cream is starting to rise to the top as you look across the NFL. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
I can tell you firsthand as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack, hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Darius Slay, Mr. Big Play, with his hands right around the ball again. Here's Michael Dixon now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. Here's Austin to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting set for their next possession. And he is right up there amongst the league leaders when it comes to receiving yards by a wideout this year. They put Wilson in motion. Look to hit him with the jet sweep here to begin this drive. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 3rd and 9. Now, faking the give. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And this will not help the cause. He's going backwards. Tackled back at the 8.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. Jalen Ramsey, he is tough to throw on. There to bat that one away. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the 1st down, and here comes 4th down. So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. 0-0 is the score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Here's the punter now, as he is on to kick it for Seattle. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now a shot here, deep middle. That'll be batted away, incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. He keeps it himself. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down. Here's 3rd and 2. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this 3rd down a lot tougher. So from 3rd and 2, back him up to 3rd and 7. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick 6 to make it a 6-0 lead.
And Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick 6.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Right back to the air following that pick six. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll let one go down the middle. And the Seahawks have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. They'll run with Charbonnet. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Here's Walker. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And third down just became a lot tougher. So, after the 5 yards are walked off, they face third and long. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. And here comes fourth down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's taken in, and he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them. On the ground, it's Walker. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll be stopped after a short gain to about the 30. Joey Porter Jr. that time up to make the play. They need to get this to the 23. Here's third down. To throw is Darnold, taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. Joey Porter Jr. got a hand in there and made the play.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit, he does a great job.
Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
Here's Darnold. He'll complete it to Barner. The Seahawks have got a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Darnold. He's got it at the 3. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block, but in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times it looks like they've never practiced at all.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. On comes the punter now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. And they're going to get him down right at the 25.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. Here's a 2nd and 6. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. We'll try and run it with Walker. And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We're back to Seattle after this. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Throwing, Darnold. That's dropped off for Walker. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. We're outside. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. This one complete to Bobo. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a 1st down. Darnold now to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Offside, defense. Still 2nd down.
Darnold to the air once more. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. And he's in. Touchdown, Seattle. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Going up top. That's caught. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers are on the board just before halftime.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we're at halftime here on Sunday Night Football as we send you cross country to the Sunshine State. That's where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach.
In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Oh, he's got room past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down. They'll look to throw. This one complete to Washington. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. Julian Love, the former Notre Dame star, with the good coverage, and he's able to knock that one away. On third down, they'll set up to throw. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. 10 yards for number 10 on that one, and it's first and 10.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Now, someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll go right and find his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Calvin Austin, touchdown Steelers. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver,
and of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. On first down, they'll start with Charbonnet. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Juan Thornhill up from his secondary spot to make the play. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Hupp brings it in left side.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And a nice game there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Get that one to Charbonnet, complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Now a 3rd and 2. From the pistol, here's Walker. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line. And 4th down is coming up.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense.
Julian Love, the former Notre Dame star, with the good coverage, and he's able to knock that one away. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. Catch made right side by Wilson. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. They'll turn and hand this one off. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Steelers getting ready to punt this one away. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Starting this drive on the ground, here comes Charbonnet. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, Seattle. They'll go play action with Darnold. Taking the deep shot for Smith-Njigba. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They run with Walker. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Throwing, Darnold. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. He'll get this complete. It's Kupp again.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down. Here's Walker. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal. To throw is Darnold. He's got it at the 3. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Sam Darnold. Touchdown, Seahawks. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. He'll look to throw. Here's a screen set up for Warren. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. He'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw again. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. This one grabbed by Austin. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The home team's offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Charbonnet in the back, and he goes straight ahead. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now Walker. And he'll bring this across midfield as this drive is taking shape. A gain of 7 on that one. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Now they'll set up to throw. That is DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And that is incomplete. They had their chance and took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and the clock will stop with 45 seconds left in the game. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the Seahawks. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks, as we say, so long from Seattle.